In 1989, his teammate Darrell Usher thrived with the Arizona Cardinals, but soon tragedy would paralyze the athletic community.
Darrell goes to Arizona Cardinals, but Darrell's still my boy. We're just not playing with the same team anymore. And every week, man, yo, D, what's happening, bruh? How you doing, man? Hey, man, everything is cool. Man, we still jiving, me and Darrell, right? So Darrell meets a new girl in Arizona, and they fall in love, man. But the girl has an old ex-boyfriend who's trying to get her back. But she don't want to have anything to do with him. She's falling for Darrell now, man. And one day, man, Darrell, while playing with the Arizona Cardinals, man, he was just in his home with his new girlfriend eating dinner, man. And would you believe, man, the ex-boyfriend comes through the back window into the house with a loaded gun, man. Man, he shoot my buddy 6 times. Kill Darrell. Shoots, kill the girl. Shoots, kill himself. My buddy, man.
While in the delivery room with his wife, as the couple was giving birth to their daughter, Elgin received news that his best friend Darrell Usher was shot dead in a triple homicide. The news was devastating, and without the ray of light brought into the world by his beautiful daughter's birth, Elgin probably couldn't have kept going.
While this was going on in Arizona, I'm in the delivery room with my ex-wife, and she had just given birth to Angelica, and I had Angelica in my arms, wrapped her, swallowed her. Phone rings. I got Angelica in one arm, the phone in the other. It's my aunt asking me to sit down. No, Auntie, I can't sit down. Talk to me. What's up? Well, I want you to know before you hear it on TV that Darrell just got shot and killed. I have life in one hand and lose my brother in the other. This makes national headlines all over the world in 1990. Losing Darrell, man, was hard. But I thank God, man, for giving me a friend that's so beautiful. And it helped me to realize that nothing is promised, man. But I take Darrell's spirit with me everywhere I go. And God bless you, my brother. I miss you, man. I love you always. God bless Darrell Usher.
Darrell Usher, you'll always be a friend of mine.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Losing my career was hard. And for the first time in my life, I was doing something other than playing football. I went in depression. I mean, being so high, that fall, when I hit, it broke me, man.
I think that it did affect him more because he probably thought about all the things that he wanted to do for me, especially his family, his sister, and those things didn't come through. But I think it affected him more because of what he wanted to do and how long he wanted to stay out there, as it did me being there to be able to receive what he could get me if he would go. I didn't look at his life like that. I wanted more for him. Then I felt deeper for him losing it because of him, not for what it might have cut off from what he was able to do for me.
My faith scattered. My vision scattered, went one direction. My health, my finances, everything just shattered. I started having marital problems. You can imagine the stress of responsibilities and no money. I used to sit down, man, watched my bank account dwindle. It eventually got to zero, man. Isn't that something? You hear about this all the time, don't you? I would have never thought that would happen to me. But it did. It got really bad, man.
The loss of his career and his identity as an athlete, combined with the loss of his best friend, sent Elgin into a darkness he hadn't known since his parents' divorce. The final straw came with the death of his beloved grandmother, Jay. He isolated himself from family and friends. To cope with the tragedy, and perhaps emulating his beloved father, Elgin drank excessively.
I remember at night sitting on the curb, wanting to be by myself. I didn't want to talk to friends, family. I went into isolation. And I would walk to the corner store, look at my pockets, patting and trying to find loose change. And I would find enough to go get a 40 ounce at the local store. And I would sit and I would drink and I would think about what I had, what I could have become, what I lost, and I was angry, I was bitter. I was in full depression mode, man.
As more problems plunged into ED's life, he felt hopeless and didn't know where to turn.
I lost my home. I lost my cars. I lost my self-esteem. I lost my discipline. I lost my drive. I lost my will. Angelica was just born. And we were broke. And at the age of 29, I felt that I had no more hope. I decided that I didn't want to live, and that I was going to commit suicide. Isn't that sad, man? It hurts me to talk to you about this, man, but I'm keeping this real, because God is good, man. But I had to go through some stuff, man. I just didn't know how to do it. Man, I didn't want to die. I was just hurting. I was in pain. Look, man, I needed help, but I didn't know where to turn. And so one night, I went to sleep, and I had a strange experience. I don't talk about this a lot, but I shared in my book. I had a visitor to visit me in my sleep. This wasn't a dream. It was like a beam of light. Had to be dusk right before dawn, 3 in the morning. And this beam was over me. But it was drawing me up, not physically, but my brain, my spirit, my soul. It's like it was leaving me, and I felt it going, but I was afraid, and I fought, and it went down, it went back up, fought. It was a war all night long, man. I woke up out of breath, breathing hard, wife right there next to me. She never knew about it because I was motionless. It was a spiritual thing happening. I think I know what was happening to me, but I'm not going to say it at this time. The next night, it happened again. After then, man, I was ready to live. But I had to go pick up the pieces, man. They were all over the place. I had to go find my integrity, wherever that was. I had to go find my discipline, my motivation, my love, my self-esteem. I had to go and find all of the things that made me whole as a human being. And that was my journey for the next 3 or 4 years. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
قل أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط الصراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين.
In 1993, Elgin made Shahada, declaring that there is no God but Allah. His tormented heart found peace in the words spoken by Minister Farrakhan.
I say this to my children and my grandchildren. Go ahead. To hell with you all if you don't accept God and obey God and live for God. I don't give a damn about none of you. Go ahead.
Farrakhan has taught to us that when we have a community where our women and our girls are not safe, it invalidates our claim to be real men. So I don't care what we call ourselves. If our women and our girls are not safe, we are not real men. You see young men with us that used to be in the streets, used to be in prisons, used to be in the crack house, used to be on the corner selling death to their people. But they heard a word coming from God's servant, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and it made us put down the crack file. It made us put the needle down. It made us stop selling poison.
The follower of Farrakhan.
When I first met the minister, I was a wounded soul. I was lost. I was destroyed as a human being. But he transformed my life with the Word of God. The minister, man, he's the most beautiful human being that I've ever met in my life. He helped me to develop into the man that I am today. And I tell you what, I could never thank God enough for him. Farrakhan is loved throughout the world. He's loved because he's not afraid to speak the truth to the rulers of the world. He just wants the little man to be free. And it doesn't make a difference if you're rich, if you're poor. It doesn't make a difference with Farrakhan. He is truly a gift to humanity.
Farrakhan just came and talked to all of us.
Hold on 1 second.
His message was a word of healing and restoration.
The Federal Reserve, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the House of Rothschild. These are the people that have corrupted the entire world. And I am here to pronounce your doom. There'll be more wind, more unusual rain, violent storms. And there will be earthquakes in America like you saw in Haiti. God is no punk. God will wear your behind out. And the God that we serve is about to teach you a lesson that you have never felt before.
That message affected the hearts and minds of oppressed people throughout the world.
Think not that I come to bring peace. I come with a sword.
In 1995, Minister Farrakhan called for a million-man march, searching out atonement, reconciliation, and responsibility. Elgin and his staff worked feverishly to help organize the historic Million-Man March in Washington, D.C.
One of the most moving moments of my life was the Million Man March. And nearly 2 million men came together on that day. A day of unity, a day of atonement.
And those of you who know the plight of my father knows that whenever any black man is in trouble, he always come to your aid. Never be ashamed to stand up and say that Farrakhan is a friend of the black man.
I mean, men came from all over the world. We didn't petition the government of America. We petitioned God. That God was sorry. We're sorry for our ways. And we're ready now to turn from our ways, that you may hear from heaven and forgive us of our sins, God, and heal our land, man, and we can go back to be better husbands and better fathers and better men in our community.
Greetings. One of the things that I remember so much about this brother is the work that he did to help us in the Million Man March. He was influencing so many people, giving them guidance, direction, organizing. He is a good representative of how you should love your people, your family, and also the suffering people, and the love that he had for all the people. And we always remember the efforts that you put into making the Million Man March a success.
Say your name. Pledge that from this day forward, I will strive to love my brother as I love myself.
The Million Man March, an event that bonded him with his father on a spiritual plane. An experience he was glad to look back upon years later.
I never forget that day. My pops was right there with me. That day, the Million Man March made a difference in the lives of my family. It came with a price. Because all my life I was raised as a Baptist in the church, my people, my people's people. And I took a lot of flack. Oh, you leaving Jesus. Oh, you don't believe. Oh no, man. And soon after Islam, after 10 going on 11 years, me and my ex-wife, we divorced. That was one of the hardest things, man, to ever experience, because to leave my family was very, very difficult. It was very hard. But my life was dedicated to a bigger cause now.
Did really open my eyes to religion and just the world we live in today. And, you know, I wouldn't have thought about these type of things if it wasn't for him opening up my mind and things like that. So, you know, that's something that I will always hold dear, and something that he don't even know how to feel about it.
And me and my ex-wife, we actually co-raised our children together. We still went out to dinners together with the kids, to movies together. We never wanted them to be affected because of the loss of their loved ones. We still loved them unconditionally. And that was a part of my journey in Islam. So after my career, I got involved in businesses. I had 2 or 3 businesses, and I did that for about 10 years. It was actually pretty cool being a businessman in the community. But I got involved in real estate in a field that was called timeshare.
When you first meet Elgin, aside from his smile, is the energy that you can just feel, and it's so positive. That's why people love being around him, whether it's the people that he works with, other employees, or the families that he's around, and it's really what is so special about him.
And when I got into this in 2004, I got a timeshare because Dad wasn't able to get one in 1977. And I finally got that timeshare. I never forget this. I'll call Pops. Hey Pops, do you remember that vacation we went on in 1977 in Asheville? How about if I take you back this time, Pops? And let's do it November 1st so that we can see the leaves change. Man, my Pops was like excited because this time we were gonna take the girls. And you know what? Daddy was planning for it. I said, Dad, you remember you got me those red Chuck Taylors? I said, man, I want you to go buy you some shoes now. And you remember you got me that music and I got Parliament Funkadelic? Yeah, I want you to go buy you some music. And guess what, Pops? We don't need a shoebox anymore with $300. I got some plastic, man. I got some plastic. Get what you want. Man, my dad was so happy, man. We was planning that trip. Everybody was excited. And a week before we were scheduled to go, I get a call.
Fred's early alcohol abuse was beginning to take its toll, and his health was rapidly deteriorating. In 2004, at the age of 64, Fred's life ended far too soon.
I lost him, man. I never had a chance, man, to take him back to North Carolina and give him the vacation that he gave me. I never had a chance to. So instead of taking my dad to North Carolina, I buried him on my birthday, man. October 23rd. I buried Pops a week before it was time to go on that vacation. I wish I had a chance to take him back there. Daddy, I hope I made you proud, man. I hope that I made your heart feel good. I hope that I was the son that you dreamt I would be. I did my best, and I want you to know that I love you. Rest in peace, Pops. God bless you, man. Thank you for being my dad. Look, man, we were a great couple. We had gotten engaged. I was ready for round 2. And all of a sudden, she disappeared. Went into the military and walked away from my future. Very painful. Then there was Cherie. When I first saw her, it was like love instantly. Have you ever met someone and you just locked eyes and you knew they were the one? Well, that's how she was when I first met her, living in California. And we just vibed. And we were going to get married. We did everything that lovebirds do. Came home one day. Man, all clothes were gone, furniture was gone. My heart was broken into 1,000 pieces, man. I didn't know what to do. It took me a long time to get over that, man. You know when you really love someone? The third one, from the Cape Verde Islands. I knew that she had to be the one. She was gonna wash all my sorrows away. She was my companion. And that one got away. From that point, I didn't have a heartbeat anymore. I was sad. So, I never got married again. The pain was so great for me, man.
After 3 failed relationships, ED's heart was broken.
I think it's worth investing in when the feeling is mutual, when both parties are really excited, when there's like these little moments of magic.
Feels good, it fits right. We don't move too quick. Got hers, I get mine. We say, ooh, that's it.
Elgin went on the dating circuit and found it to be an empty and heartbreaking place.
Yeah, I got what I give, can't block what it is, and I'm not one to trip or flake. If the plot got thick and we got off script, I won't just dip, I stay. Let the incense float out and defenses go down. Let the pot get big, if I lost my chips, I'll process it and say, it's alright. That's life. Let those cycles twist when the highs go dip, then I go ride. Hold tight. That's the risk we take. It's a trip we ought to make, and it's alright. That's life. Let those cycles twist when the highs go dip, then I'll go ride. Hold tight. Yeah, that's the risk we take. It's a trip we ought to make, and it's alright.
I look for a seamless openness and conversation.
But in 2008, Elgin finally found true love. Concepcion was his gift from God, a native of Nicaragua who possessed the beauty, spice, and soulful spirit that he had been looking for his entire life.
I just wanna stay in love with you. I don't wanna fall for someone new. 'Cause baby, you're my sunshine, my treasure just keeps getting better.
Elgin es el amor de mi vida y es la persona más bella que yo he conocido y que jamás nunca volveré a conocer. Él trae felicidad a las personas que conoce. Él es bondadoso y generoso. Y él es bueno de corazón y me hace sentir, me da tanto sentimiento que me dan ganas de llorar. Él es mi puchi, él es mi bebé, él es mi tierno, Elgin Davis.
The young couple thrived, traveled the world, and lived beyond their wildest dreams.
I'm in love with you. 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 I'm in love with you.
Legendary ain't the question. I'm the greatest. Legendary ain't the question. I'm amazing. Legendary ain't the question. How did I make it? Legendary ain't the question. I'm Elgin Davis.
He's living how he wants to and just lives life to the fullest. His spirit is very kind. He has a great heart, and I'm just proud of him and who he's become.
In 2009, Elgin released his autobiography, Why Did It Happen to Me? A pulsating narrative that has inspired countless people to live an abundant life. Today, life is great for ED. He still enjoys the simple things and never misses an opportunity to inspire and spread love and hope, helping others empower themselves to be their greatest selves, to prove the doubters wrong, to show that no matter how small, slow, or weak you are, nothing can hold you back if you truly believe and are willing to work for it.
I love it. I love it too. Thank you for my cheers.
Oh, thanks a lot. I was serious.
We're gonna continue to work hard in school. Yeah, boy. I want you to respect your mom and your dad. Yeah, boy. I want you to do your very best at all times. Yeah, boy. You may think it's too late. I'm here to tell you that your gift will make room for you. The world is waiting for your gift, and it's never too late to be the best version of yourself. You just gotta believe, and you cannot give up on you. You gotta grind every day until victory comes.
Today, ED's words of inspiration and upliftment are felt throughout America. In 2010, with his mother by his side, Elgin was inducted into the UCF Hall of Fame.
I'm very honored that you would think this much of me to make me into a Hall of Famer. Wow, what a wonderful day it is. But it's not just a wonderful day for me. It is a wonderful day for everyone that believed in me.
If I had to say anything to Elgin Davis, it would probably be don't change. Because he's been a role model for kids, a role model for grown-ups, and a role model for everybody, not only at UCF, but in any school.
Let me just tell you, Elgin Davis, how much I appreciated the opportunity to work with a young man that had the willpower to do and overcome what you came. It's just amazing. And the young man that you were and the man that you are today, not only on the field, it was so much fun to watch you play and work with you every day and watch you grow. And one of the strongest running backs I've ever had the opportunity to coach. And to see you come from there, go to the NFL, stay a part of the family, and then be in the Hall of Fame, it's just come full circle. And it's just awesome what you have done as a professional and most importantly as a father. Watching you with your kids is awesome.
ED and his family are back in Foxborough enjoying Alumni Weekend, interacting with fans, and to celebrate Rob Ninkovich's Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
This is our first Patriots game, and we're excited. All the way from Jacksonville, Florida. It's the Foxborough Stadium. Foxborough Gillette Stadium. Right.
So to be what you do. This way, baby. Look at me, show them what you do. Show them what you do. Yes, I do. Look at the camera, baby.
I gotta do my thing.
Tony, show them what you do. Come on, Tony. Show them what you do, Tony. Let me see what you do then. Yeah.
Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, has created a culture that extends well beyond the football field. Each year, Patriots alumni return to Foxborough to celebrate the newest inductee into the Patriots Hall of Fame.
It's a time, man, when the old guys and the new guys can all come together, man. It's so cool to be able to bring my family, my grandkids and my daughters, man, to Dad's old stomping grounds. And I get a chance to see guys I hadn't seen in years and meet their families. Man, we joke, we laugh, we have a great time, and we also welcome that year's new Hall of Fame player in the Patriots Hall of Fame. Man, I gotta thank Mr. Kraft. Mr. Kraft, thank you, man, for bringing us all back together and giving us moments like that that will live forever. I really thank you for that, man. I'm looking forward to coming again this year.
This is Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. It's the home of NFL World Champions, the New England Patriots.
We're honored to welcome back dozens of Patriot alumni, including 11 Patriot Hall of Famers. Collectively, they represent more than 300 years of Patriot service, covering a span of 57 seasons from 1960 through 2016. Please provide a warm welcome as I introduce Patriots alumni in attendance today. And now, the players whose careers began in the 1980s and 1990s. Starting with running back, Elgin Davis.
To a graceful young man, never losing that quality of a true gentleman.
Elgin's been his whole life just a Hall of Famer throughout his whole life, not career, life.
Elgin, you will always be my Trojan horse.
Thank you, Elgin, for the impression that you've left upon me, my family, E-Dog, out of Duval County. Is someone special, someone that will leave an indelible mark on this world.
I love you. You're a beautiful person.
I'm extremely proud of you and what you've accomplished and what you continue to accomplish. You continue to amaze me.
I've always seen that he's very dedicated to everything that he does. Anything he has his mindset on, he'll go for it.
What's going on? He's admired by so many people. He's done, so much in life with everything from A to Z. It's just like a warm feeling in my spirit to know that I have a parent that is admired like that.
I'm proud of you. I love you. Thankful for who you are. God giving you the perfect heart.
Elgin's belief ground his doubt, fear, and limitations into dust. For what they couldn't measure was his heart, and it was plenty big, strong, and good. What wasn't visible to the naked eye was his passion and indomitable will to succeed. He was possessed of an unshakable faith, for he wanted to be the best, and there was no price he wasn't willing to pay. Elgin Davis is a dreamer, a man that defied the odds, a man that never gave up, who through hard work and perseverance and through the beautiful game of football discovered his gifts and talents and truly achieved the American dream.
The X Factor. I took the world by storm, then my pockets got fatter. Can't tame me, an animal believe. Raised by Fred and Azaleen. I'm a boy EB, riding coupes and limousines. 44 to 40, Patriot Nation. No hesitation, feel the vibration. Legendary ain't the question, I'm the greatest. Legendary ain't the question, I'm amazing. Legendary ain't the question, how did I make it? Legendary ain't the question, I'm Elgin Davis. Legendary ain't the question, I'm the greatest. Legendary ain't the question, I'm amazing. Legendary ain't the question, how did I make it? Legendary ain't the question, I'm Elgin Davis.